So we've been introduced to some models of reflective practice, and the value of these models is in helping the reflective practitioner, the teacher, begin to deconstruct their experiences and in sewing develop a deeper understanding of the questions and the issues involved in the work that they do. And what we need to do now is think about how these models apply to practice. And a classic model we can talk about is Booth's triangular representation. It's a very simple, straightforward model to start with. Booth's definition of reflective practice is very much based on the exploration of experiences and how these help the teacher lead to a deeper, a more fundamental understanding of what learning is. The thing about the models of reflection is that they're all cyclical, and what Booth adds to this discussion is something quite significant, and that's the idea that reflection needs to happen in different contexts. Without any reflection on application of learning in one context in relation to another means that actually reflection is a waste of time. And so this model is an attempt to actually start to address that imperfection. And we can see it in the diagram here. It's a very simple representation: experience, reflection, and learning. Booth's idea is that the reflective cycle is there, and it can be clockwise or counterclockwise as a reflective process. But clearly we can see that experience and reflection are part of the cycle. And what is added here is learning by the teacher, learning which can be taken to other contexts. So this model attempts to capture the essentials, the essence of what reflection is really about. And what it is aimed at doing is making a clear connection, a proper translation in terms of experience and learning. So let's think a little bit more about this triangular representation. What the reflective practitioner needs to do is return to the incident, the event upon which they're reflecting, and to not only try to describe it for themselves, but also to understand their emotional response to it, the feelings that they have in relation to their teaching. And from this very personal reflection comes an evaluation, a re-evaluation of the teaching in light of experience, trying to seek a deeper understanding for it. And from this reflection comes some sort of thinking about action in relation to change. So there is a planning phase to the cycle. Booth recognizes that this is a very individualistic process, and this can be criticized because reflective practice is very often seen as a collaborative activity. So Booth poses three alternatives and says, well, should we reject models of reflection altogether? This is just adding to the discussion about reflection and reflective practice. And perhaps he also says that maybe we should try to think differently about what reflection really is for the teacher and what reflective practice really is. And then finally, he starts talking about whether the reflection can actually be applied in new contexts, and what does a context add to the process of reflection.